Hello guys, today our topic is what if Earth suddenly stops spinning? Like what if right now Earth suddenly stops spinning, like no warning, no slowdown, just instant stop. So what would happen? What would happen? Would we fly into space or would the oceans disappear? Let's find out. So what would happen in the first 5 seconds? Like for the first 5 seconds, what would happen if the Earth suddenly stops spinning? Like right now, Earth is spinning at about 1670 kilometer per hour, which is a great speed at the equator. Earth is spinning at 1670 kilometer per hour. We don't feel it. Why don't we feel it? Because everything is in the Earth, which is moving at the same speed. That's why we don't feel it. But if Earth suddenly stop, like if Earth suddenly stopped, like no warning, no sound, just instant stop. Everything not attached at the bedrock would keep moving at 1670 kilometer. So which means that the building would collapse, the largest buildings would collapse, cars would fly, and the peoples are thrown away and sideways. It would be the most violent event in the human history. So what would happen to the oceans? Like there are many big oceans like Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. So what would happen to these oceans? The water in the ocean would not stop instantly. It would keep moving. Massive mega tsunamis would sweep across the continents and what would happen at the cities which are near coast, they would be gone. Entire cities would be flown within minutes and would be destroyed, and a massive earth destruction would be caused. And the next topic is what would happen to the atmosphere if Earth suddenly stopped. So what would happen to the atmosphere? Because atmosphere, we know that atmosphere is also moving with the Earth. If the planet stopped, the air would keep going. If the planet suddenly stopped, and the speed of the planet is 1670 kilometer per hour, and it suddenly stops, so what the air would be keep going. This means that global winds faster than 1,000 kilometers stronger than any hurricane will be recorded. What would happen to the forest? Forests would flatten and skyscrapers would be ripped apart, and the sky itself would be turned into a weapon. So let me give you a light on the long-term effects of if Earth suddenly stopped. Long-term effect: if somehow humans survive the first hour, which is nearly impossible for humans to survive. If somehow humans survive the first hour, things will get worse. Days and nights would change forever. On one side of the earth would face the sun for months, and the other side would freeze in darkness. Extreme heat on one side and extreme ice age on the other. And what would happen to the agriculture? Agriculture would also collapse, and ecosystem would fail, and the survival of the humans would become nearly impossible. So these are the long term effects. And on the last, I want to show you the science or the truth, or the science truth that why it cannot be possible. But the truth here is the earth simply cannot just stop instantly. Why? Because the energy required to stop is beyond imagination. Like you can't imagine. Nothing in our solar system can realistically cause that instantly, so that this scenario is nearly impossible. And by that, we can conclude that we live on a planet where a planet balanced by emotion, that we live in a planet that the planet Earth is balanced by emotion, by a simply emotion. And on the ending, I want to just tell you that Earth's spin feels invisible, but if it stopped, you would realize how fragile everything really is. If you like the video, please subscribe, and thanks, and follow for more. Thank you and goodbye.